Hey, what's up, coaches? Dave Bishop here for RTDB, Run the Damn Ball. Want to do today is I want to talk to you about our blast play. In our offense, it's probably either now our best or second best play over the last few seasons. And when you've got a fullback that can run the ball and you've got a decent sized halfback or wingback, slot back, whatever they might be, guys, you will have the opportunity to run ball. What we want you to understand is this. Today, most defenses, they believe wing T, stop the trap, stop the buck, and you really slow down the offense. Guys, that's not the case for us. We love to run the blast. All right, what's blast? It's ISO. All right. Keep coming with comments, with emails, whether it's on YouTube through the comment section or whether it's shooting me an email at coachbishop@coachboard.com. Please feel free to reach out. Several of you have reached out through Twitter and inbox there. DM me, however you want to go ahead and reach out, guys. I am more than happy to share what I do know. I'm not a genius. I'm not perfect. And I am definitely not the best wing T coach in the country. But we have success and we've done things well over a 20-some year period running what we run. So we are not wing T purists, meaning a Delaware team. We have created our own little system, which I think works well with the kids that we have. Remember, running the ball wins more games. All right, plain and simple. Doesn't mean don't throw it. It just means be good at running the football. All right, so what I want to do today is I want to make sure you're ready for our blast series. We are going to talk to you today about this backfield action. And then next week, we're going to talk about how we block it. We're going to bring in and show you cut-ups the following week. We're going to break it down for you with the backfield steps as well as our offensive line. We're going to implement complementary plays and things like that. So what I want to do right now is I want to go ahead and get into the blast play. All right, and let's go ahead and talk through it. First off, what I want to do is make sure that I fix this screen because you can't see anything. All right, so give me a second here, and let's hope that this works a little bit better. All right, there we go. I don't really care too much about anything beyond that. All right, let's talk about backfield action. Alignment is critical. And so when we talk about alignment, first of all, we want to talk about vertical alignment. How far are we into this backfield? My fullback, what we teach him is his vertical alignment. He sets the whole backfield, and his vertical alignment, his fingers should be 2.5 yards from the heels of the quarterback. We spend a lot of time teaching that. What does it look like? All right. And as coaches, you need to drill it, drill it, drill it, drill it, and make sure that when you're not on a line, that you step it off quite often and make sure your kids are there checking it out. If you don't, then they get lazy, and you don't want them getting lazy because his depth determines his depth. All right, so that's critically important. Our horizontal alignment, we want him, well, first of all, vertical alignment, we're going to be even here. Horizontal alignment on the blast play, guys, I want him right behind the tackle. All right, right behind the tackle. Our wing back over here, he's going to be, his inside foot is going to be 1 foot outside the tight end, and his fingers are going to be 1 foot behind the heels of the tight end. Our backs are in a 3-point stance, and they are facing downfield. I do not like a 2-point stance. That's just me. I don't like them turned in. All right, we run a lot of jet sweep, we run a lot of quick pitch. I need these guys to be able to move laterally, and I also believe in a 3-point stance, they're going to come out lower, and they're going to come out more physical on down block. So, again, just personal preference and opinion. All right, here we are. Quarterback play. First off, I like a stagger in my quarterback stance. I like a stagger. And what we do is I take his pivot foot, and what I want to do is I want to take his pivot foot, and I want to go ahead and put a toe to instep or toe to heel relationship. That gets him off the line quicker and puts him getting the ball into the running back's hands faster. And to me, that gives the running back a little bit more time to make decisions based on the fact that he doesn't have to worry about an exchange anymore. He's handling, looking for his blocks, whether it be the blast or whether it's down block. Okay? So here's what I like to do. I like to do everything on a clock. All right, with this being 7 o'clock and this being 5 o'clock, this being 6 o'clock. If we're running blast to the left, the quarterback is going to reverse out. Okay, he's going to reverse out. His first step should be at 7 o'clock. And I want his toes. You see the way my arrow is pointing? I want his toes and his feet in that direction. So he's going to overstep the midline, right? The midline is that imaginary line that runs right through the middle of him where the football is located. So he's going to overstep the midline to 7 o'clock. The next step, he's going to understep. So now both of his feet are lined up and they are parallel to the line of scrimmage and perpendicular to the track of the back. All right, that's critical. We want his toes perfectly square. And here's why. One, when we talk about this backtrack, which I'll give you in a minute, there is no way that those guys their feet will get caught up and trip each other. So critical footwork, in my opinion, is one of the most important things. We spend a lot of time on it. And I will be putting out a drill tape for quarterbacks and how we train their footwork, as well as the cues that I give as a coach to teach him his footwork. So again, I'm going to reverse out over the midline. So I'm reversing out, overstepping over the midline. Then I'm going to understep. What I try to tell my quarterbacks is the two most critical pieces to the success of this play is that you need to get width and depth. And I'll ask him, what are the two most critical pieces? And they should repeat, width and depth, width and depth. All right. So again, now we're going to go ahead and we're going to be perpendicular to the back's track. All right. And parallel to the line of scrimmage. As he reverses out, he's going to be reaching that ball back and he's going to seat that ball into the belly of the fullback. He's going to ride the fullback forward and he's going to get that ball past his front foot. We're going to exchange that weight. The reason why I want to exchange the weight, there's two reasons, and I'll get the first one, is I need him to be able to push, and then I need him to be able to pivot, reverse pivot, and face this direction. I don't want him taking any steps. I just want him pivoting his feet, so that way now they're facing this direction, so that way he can fake the sweep. All right? Fake the sweep, and then he's going to take a 3-step drop. Again, I'll show this to you on cut-ups next week. I want to give you the specifics this week. If you want written instructions, I can give them to you as well. Just shoot me an email, and I'll send them to you. All right? When we talk about this play side halfback, he is our blast back. He's going to execute what we call a slide step. So he's going to be gaining ground with his inside foot, and then he's going to get vertical. His shoulders are going to remain square, and he's going to run a straight line to that linebacker. Okay, now this is a simple play where it's just, a down and an out. And we'll talk about line play and how he changes his mindset next week when we talk about all of the things that get executed in front of him. When we talk about our fullback, what we want to do is we want to look at his footwork. The first thing we do is ask him to take a zone step, which is a lateral step with his shoulders square and his toes still pointing forward. His next step is crossover. So it's zone, crossover. His third step is plant. And as he plants, we're actually going to get him to gain ground. And then he's going to work vertically in the hole. Our goal is to get him as wide or close to being as wide as this halfback. Our splits, 2 feet, 3 feet. 2 feet, 3 feet. All right. If I can get him directly behind the halfback, excuse me, I need to sit. If I can get him directly behind the halfback, that is what we call executing a freeze technique. Why? It puts this linebacker in a little bit of a crazy situation where he's got to determine where's the running back, where do I stick my head, how do I blow this back up, etc. So if we can get him to execute, we can get these guys to execute a freeze technique. That allows the linebacker to tend to pick a side. We're going to get our fullback to put his head there, and then that back is going to make a cut off of there. All right. Now, our wing back in this situation is a sweep back. Okay. And we could talk about all this stuff over here, but nothing has really changed any. And I'll talk about these steps a little bit later, especially next week when we start getting our blocking scheme. So pay no attention to this guy over here. Let's pay attention to this halfback in the wingback position. He's going to drop bucket step, okay, at a 45-degree angle. He's going to get depth, and he's going to work to get to the heel line of where that fullback was. All right, so he's going to work to get to the heel line of where that fullback was. He's going to continue to get and stretch the defense. He's full speed now, folks. He is turning and burning. And then what we want to do is get him to the mesh point of the quarterback. The quarterback's going to ride him. He's going to execute a three-step drop, and he's going to continue to carry out his fake wide to the sideline. He's getting depth, or not depth, he's getting width, and his goal is to stretch. Why do we do that? Well, everybody's got an outside linebacker. If that outside linebacker falls in, we want to run the sweep. So the whole purpose is to keep this guy from falling in. All right, we want to keep this guy from falling in, and we do that with the sweep play. All right, if we were to go ahead and run blast and we had a slot, so let's just say this guy were here and he's in the backfield. All right, you still got your X out here. What we like to do if we're calling sweep is we want to go ahead and put this guy in what we call a ghost alignment. So he's going to get wider and act as if it were a tight end because it times up perfectly. If he doesn't, then what's going to happen is he's going to get past the quarterback or he's going to slow down. So we've got this timed out to a millisecond because the quarterback is actually blindly handing the ball off. He does not see the back. There has to be a trust there that is learned in what we call our perfect track. So important for you to understand that piece, all right? Now, what I want to do is I also want to look at how we execute this from a different set. So let's say we're blasting to the wingback side or to the slot side. If we're blasting there, we're bucket stepping and then we're gaining into that play side linebacker. Okay, you're not going to get a true straight. Now, some people step motion this guy and get vertical. We don't step motion. It's just what we choose to do. So that's why we sweep rather than go ahead and run option. All right. So he's going to take a bucket step and he's going to get in a hole. If it's 2-eye, it's real simple. He's down, he's out, right? We're not going to talk about blocking schemes. And he's going to execute that blast block. Fullback steps are identical. Quarterback steps are identical. The difference is that now the sweep back is located in the backfield and not in a wing or slot position. Well, how do we do that? First, his alignment is we want him splitting the outside crotch, the outside leg of the tackle, and he's going to execute a head and shoulder fake like he's going on a quick pitch over here, and then he's going to go ahead and go full speed to the mesh point of where the quarterback is, again stretching, all right, and controlling the outside linebacker. We have run blast and blast sweep in all directions, so it's important for you guys to recognize that. Now, when we also talk about blast, if I'm going to put you in the best situation, how do I do that? So if I am looking at a set that has a wingback or a tight slot, what we want to do is we're going to say against an even front, I'm going to look at the quarterback and I'm going to signal blast. He knows his base rule is to run to the 2-eye. So he's going to get to the line of scrimmage. They're going to get the defense set. And our quarterback is actually going to call the play at the line of scrimmage. He's going to tell everybody where we're running left or right. We're going to give him codes, and he's going to go ahead and give them the direction of the play. So we're not giving anything away. My opinion is run where they're not. Run to the bubble. So why run to a 3 technique over here when you can run to a 2-eye over here? And not only that, you're not a 2-eye and a 5, you're a 2-eye and a 6 or 2-eye and a 7. So take what the defense gives you. Allow your quarterback to make the plays at the line of scrimmage and make those calls. He's capable. And all you have to do as a coach is teach it. So, again, halfback as the sweep back. Now, what happens if you're in sets where there is no wing? All right? Well, there's no wing back, and it's a 2-back set, not a 3-back set. So let's say we were running a pro. You've got a halfback out here, split out as a flanker, and you've got your X out here. Who's controlling the outside linebacker? Well, my quarterback is. I don't have a sweep guy. My quarterback is now my control guy for the outside linebacker. So steps are the same, quarterback steps are the same. The difference is when he rides it and transfers his weight to the front foot, he's going to pull it and attack off tackle. If this guy is still falling down inside, we're just going to go ahead and tag it and tell him, hey, quarterback keep. So it's blast keep, blast keep. So the quarterback knows I'm going to ride it in deep, bring that guy, make him fall down inside. And what I'm going to do is, now this block is a little bit different. He's going to rather than turn him out, he's going to try to base him and slide his head, if possible, to the outside. Very, very slight. It's not a big deal. But again, blast keep, we could have a text block over here and no different. The quarterback's still going to ride it. Okay, we're still going to do it, but we're going to try to slip our head over there. If we stay engaged on this guy and blocking, I'm just going to tell you that it's rare that he comes off the block and tackles the quarterback. Okay, so with that being said, guys, what I want to do is make sure that all of you recognize that what we have in place is this. You can go ahead and hit the subscribe button on this video tonight. That will always allow you to know when we've updated and uploaded new videos. As you can tell on our website, guys, Run the Damn Ball website, okay, it is chock full of videos. Chock full of videos. Again, eCoach in, subscribe, add to our subscriber list. And as you can see, we've got our RTD podcast. So anything that you may have missed, you can see that for the last 2 weeks, we've had our midline series up there. You've got all our highlight videos over the years. You've got offensive game playlist. What is that? It's just a game where all you see is offense. Play after play after play in one game. So you can see how we think, how we set up plays. All right, there's our wishbone. There's our wing T. Jefferson Forest highlights. You name it, guys. We have it up there. So, again, eCoach in, Run the Damn Ball. All right. What I want to do, guys, is I want to continue to build this brand. Next year, be looking out for and listening for our RTDB clinics. Our goal is to have 1 or 2 around the country. We're going to have nothing but experts in the wishbone, the one we run, and our wing T. All right. Our goal is to add split back veer and then also any flex bone type mentality. So next week, tune in. You guys will go ahead and we'll talk about offensive line play. We'll give you some cut-ups, all right? And just so you know how important this play is against what we do or for how we do it. 3 years ago, we're in the playoffs, and we were playing the number 9 ranked team in the state in the first round at home. And the best play we knew going into the game would be blast. Before the game, I wrote the word blast on our board, and I'm talking to our kids in our pregame meeting. I said, do you guys want to win? And they said, yes, sir. And I said, guys, if you want to win, we're going to run this play over and over again. Are you willing to do that? Our kids said, yes. We ran it 45 times. They touched the ball 3 times in the third quarter, 13 total snaps in the second half. Why? We ran the blast. So, guys, send me emails again. Hit me up in the inbox, DM, whatever you want to do. And don't forget, RTDB for more wins.